Are you looking for an athletic scholarship? You're in the right place. This is the Recruit Me Athletic Scholarship Podcast, the longest-running podcast on recruiting and athletic scholarships. We're here to help your family navigate the recruiting road all the way to an athletic scholarship. He's a recruiting expert and a dad of 2 college athletes. He has a wealth of experience to share. Here's Recruit Me CEO, Brent Hanks.
The cornerstone to Recruit Me is the Recruit Me 3.0 Athletic Scholarship System. The Recruit Me 3.0 system is a DIY, do-it-yourself system that saves you time, money, and anxiety throughout your recruiting journey. The Recruit Me 3.0 system gives you a downloadable PDF with over 200 pages and has a step-by-step manual, workbook, and worksheets. The Recruit Me 3.0 Athletic Scholarship System was originally developed by John Fugler, the founder of Recruit Me. I purchased Recruit Me from Mr. Fugler in June of 2020. John's Recruit Me 3.0 system is built for student athletes and the parents of student athletes that want to play their sport in college and get recruited and get scholarship money to play and pay for college. This episode will go through a follow-up program after you purchase the Recruit Me 3.0 system. First, here's an introduction to many of the Recruit Me resources: the Athletic Scholarship Podcast, the free Recruiting Power Pack, the free Recruit Me monthly newsletter, and the Recruit Me 3.0 system. In this introduction, you will hear about the Recruit Me 3.0 system's 7 steps to an athletic scholarship. The Athletic Scholarship Podcast is part of the Recruit Me education business. My name is Brent Hanks, and I am the owner and CEO of Recruit Me. Recruit Me's goal is to provide you, whether you are a potential student athlete or the parent of a potential student athlete, with as many free and inexpensive recruiting resources as possible. You can find the Athletic Scholarship Podcast on your favorite podcast app, and a new episode hits every Tuesday. The Athletic Scholarship Podcast is the world's longest-running recruiting education podcast. Other resources that Recruit Me provides are the free Recruiting Power Pack, which is available on the recruit-me.com website. You get a download with the first steps to an athletic scholarship, an audio file about how to use videos, and a free player profile template. Just sign up on the recruit-me.com homepage. Also, you can sign up for the free Recruit Me monthly newsletter that gives you monthly recruiting tips, advice, and links to last month's The Athletic Scholarship Podcast episodes. The Recruit Me 3.0 Athletic Scholarship System gives you a 200-plus page manual and workbook to take you step-by-step through your personalized recruiting journey. You can get the Recruit Me 3.0 system for only $39. You will get the 7 steps to an athletic scholarship and much, much more. Step 1, select the right schools to contact. Step 2, write a great introductory email. Step 3, create your one-page player profile. Step 4, build your own recruiting questionnaire. Step 5, track your communications. Step 6, send one-page updates. And Step 7, make your school choice wisely. Go to recruit-me.com to get your recruiting plan today. The first follow-up email and coaching email says this is a follow-up to make sure you unleash its power to help you get a scholarship you're looking for. Talking about the Recruit Me 3.0 Athletic Scholarship. Here are some fast start guidelines to get you going. Number 1. Get started right away. If you wait, you are likely to put the Recruit Me 3.0 system away and not pull it out for several days, weeks, or months, or even ever. Begin today and read through the Recruit Me 3.0 system, then follow the first step. Number 2, stay focused. Be prepared to go on the long haul, unless, of course, you are in your senior year. You'll have a lot of ups and downs as you go through the process. That is not unusual. Hang in there and stay focused. Number 3, if you're a student, work as a team with your parent or other adult. You will need help as you write emails, track communications, make decisions, and go through the process. If you're a parent, be there for your son or daughter and commit to do the administrative tasks that are detailed in the Recruit Me 3.0 system. I highly recommend that you follow the Recruit Me 3.0 system step by step. Assuming that you are a talented athlete, this is a proven method to get you recruited. The second coaching follow-up email relates to putting together a list of schools. This is one of the first steps in the Recruit Me 3.0 system and should be done right away. You should compile a list of 40 to 50 schools because that list will be cut back as you go along. You want to make sure and start with a healthy list. There will be some schools that you eliminate over time, and there will be coaches that will eliminate you from their list. As you consider how to come up with 40 to 50 schools, here are some things to consider. Which schools come to mind right away? Do I want to go in-state or out-of-state, or does it matter? What can your family afford? You will probably not get a full scholarship. What size of school is a good fit? Do you want D1, D2, D3, or is that not a factor? These are just a few questions that the athlete and the parent should discuss. There are more questions in the Recruit Me 3.0 system. It is also important to have schools on your list that are above your ability athletically and/or academically, and some that you are certain that you can get into and compete. In other words, some schools on your list should be a stretch, and others a guarantee. However, the bulk should be an in-between challenge. Coaching follow-up email number 3. The Recruit Me 3.0 system was designed so that you wouldn't have to labor endlessly over some of the key elements. One of those is the introductory email to coaches. You most likely will start writing this in your sophomore year. You might be agonizing over your introductory email, trying to make it just right. Writing may not be your best skill, so this is a tough thing to create. Let me put you at ease. While the introductory email is one of the 2 most important pieces you'll send to coach, relax. All you have to do is follow the steps right there in the Recruit Me 3.0 manual. With the manual alongside, you will have everything that you need to build your email. So make use of the space provided in the workbook. The Recruit Me 3.0 system takes you through the email writing process, paragraph by paragraph. Take a look at the sample emails. If you follow the formula, you will get responses. Then it's up to you to prove that you have the athletic ability to compete at schools that respond to you. Here are some parts of the formula. Number 1, your email should be brief, 1 page. Number 2, it should be truthful. Don't inflate your achievements, because it's wrong and it will come back to bite you. Number 3, personalize your email. Have each coach's name in the salutation. Dear Coach Hal. Number 4, work through the email writing pages of the workbook. This exercise will take a little time and will assure that you will end up with an email coaches will read. And number 5, be sure your email says what you want to say. You are probably getting help from a parent, but don't let them speak for you. It is more believable, sincere, and truthful when the content comes from you. Yes, your parents should help edit the email for grammar and spelling, but it should have your personality. Coaching email number 4. How's your player profile coming? Most will start the player profile in your sophomore year. The player profile is an essential element in your package to send to coaches. There are samples in the manual, as well as workbook worksheets to develop your own. The instructions are very clear and specific on what to include in the profile. You'll find that it's easy to build. Be sure to update it if you send some out several months down the road. Once you complete your profile and send it out with your emails, you'll begin to have responses in 2 to 3 weeks. You'll receive emails or texts from coaches and detailed questionnaires to complete. Then you're off and running. A side note, Recruit Me believes that when you can complete your player profile, then you are ready to contact college coaches. Coaching email number 5. About 2 or 3 weeks after you send out your emails and your profile, you'll start receiving questionnaires to complete. This is exciting at first, but after about the 3rd one, it becomes overwhelming. As you'll discover, no 2 questionnaires are alike, and you'll feel certain that there has to be a better way to complete these. And there is. As explained in detail in the Recruit Me 3.0 system, we advise you to develop your own completed questionnaire that has all the information any coach could ask for. You'll take the information from several questionnaires and combine them into one custom questionnaire. In fact, in the Recruit Me 3.0, we give you samples for many sports. Most of the general information is the same for any sport, and we have included sample statistical categories to include for many of the sports. Let me encourage you now to begin building your custom completed questionnaire. It is the first thing you should do after sending your first batch of emails. A side note, if a coach asks you to fill out their questionnaire, then you already have all the information at your fingertips to speed up the process. Coaching email number 6. This time I thought I'd answer a couple questions Recruit Me received. You may be asking one of them yourself. Question. From my understanding, colleges cannot talk to sophomores. So how would this system help my son who is a sophomore? Answer. Although communication from coaches is limited in most cases during the sophomore year, this is a good time for your son to get on their radar. He should begin making contact and providing materials to these coaches. That way, when they can begin to make contact, they already know who he is and have some background on him. They are permitted to do their research on him before the junior year, but they are not allowed to contact him. Always start with step 1 of the Recruit Me 3.0 process. Start making a list of possible schools. The Recruit Me 3.0 system takes you from that point all the way to your school choice. Also, check out the NCAA site which charts the communication calendars, ncaa.org. Question. Is it a good idea to record my games? Yes, it is. Let me emphasize too that recording video is just part of one of the things that you must do to get recruited. Side note, remember, do not send your introductory email, player profile, and video too soon. Make sure your first contact is done after you have the size and the skills to impress a coach and have your player profile fully filled out. Coaching email number 7. Once things get into full gear, you're going to have an organized way of keeping track of communications. The Recruit Me 3.0 shows you how to put together a tracking form. The Recruit Me 3.0 workbook has the forms in there. Be sure to write things down. Every time you communicate with a coach or he or she communicates with you, log it in on your tracking sheet. This is very important when you start receiving phone calls, texts, and emails. You want to refer to any communications that you have had with that coach and pick up the conversation at that point. If you have any questions, they should already be on a tracking sheet, so you can ask when he or she contacts you. You want to make sure to keep the coach's comments straight to save you some time and embarrassment. They're taking notes on the conversations with you, so you need to take notes on conversations with them. In fact, they may even have a file on you. When coaches do call, here are some questions to ask them. Describe your coaching style. What are the strengths of your program? What are your expectations for the upcoming year? Describe the walk-on process and the scholarship program. At this point, what role do you see me playing on your team? What demands does this sport require physically, and what time is required? How strong is my degree program? Does this major mix well with athletics? What is your view on academics? What percentage of athletes graduate in 4 years? These questions are discussed in more detail in Appendix B of the Recruit Me 3.0 system. The most important thing in the tracking process is to write things down. Side note, go to recruit-me.com and check out the Athletic Scholarship 24-month planner and journal. This is a great way to track your communications. I'm going to skip to the follow-up email number 9. As you've discovered in applying the Recruit Me 3.0 system, making contact with a coach is just the first step. Once you've got his or her interest, there's a lot more to do. Sending a coach an update is a powerful way to keep your name in front of him or her. It is a way to make sure they don't forget you, and it assures them that you haven't forgot them either. Coaches will usually spend the most time recruiting athletes that show sincere and continued interest in their school and program. As the Recruit Me 3.0 system teaches you, these updates should be one page and very brief. You should send an update anytime there is significant news to report to the coach, such as stats following the high school and club seasons, revised SAT or ACT scores, achievements such as attaining all league honors, all conference honors. Simply send a note along with the newspaper article, if any. Updated grades and GPA, notice of an unofficial visit, and your schedule for the upcoming season. The updates should not be elaborate. Make them easy to read at a glance. How often should you send a coach an update? Well, that will vary based on the timing of things listed above. In any case, you should not let more than 3 months go by without at least sending an email expressing a continued interest. If you write an email, you can even ask a question that you have on your mind, and that will help to show genuine interest. As time goes along and you are into your late junior and early senior year, I would recommend contacting coaches every month or two. Continued communication is the key. Coaching follow-up email number 10. Get your video together. You've made contact with coaches, you've got some dialogue going, and now you want to let coaches see you. Perhaps some have expressed seeing your video by now. Let me encourage you to get video done early in the recruiting process. That way you'll be ready when it's requested. It depends on your sport as to what to include in your video. The main thing you want to do is focus on your skills and abilities. Be sure the video has close-ups to do that. Use the best highlights you can get on video. It may take several competitions of videoing before you have what you want, but it's best to wait until you have the best instead of hurrying and sending something you're not completely happy with. Videos should be 2 to 3 minutes long. Put your best highlights in first. Game clips are the main part of your videos, but skill clips of specific skills in a practice setting or showcase setting are good too. Both of my sons played 2 sports, baseball and basketball. We sent a short video of their secondary sport to show a variety of skills, their hustle, and grit. Coaching email number 11, the report card. So how does one school and program stack up against another one when it comes to what you want in a college athletic and academic experience? It's hard to make comparisons, isn't it? But you have to, or you may end up at a school that is a terrible fit for you. Not only do you need to know which ones are the best for you, but I propose that you rank them. They're ranking you, aren't they? It will help you to look at things objectively and really assist you making your final school choice. The Recruit Me 3.0 system has an exclusive report card that will help you rank and rate the schools that you are interested in. The report card for the schools will change as your recruiting experience continues down the road and you know more about the schools, the coaches, and the programs. Start now and make your preliminary report card for each of the schools you've contacted. You'll be surprised as time goes along how clear your thinking will become. As always, I encourage the parents and the student athlete to work together. Build this report card as a team effort, because each person sees things from his or her own perspective. When should you cross a school off your list? First of all, when it becomes evident by the grade you've given it that it's not going to be the right place for you. It's just not a good match. Clear away that school and move on. Secondly, when you start completing applications to schools, it can get pricey. That in itself will force you to make a decision. The field will narrow at that point. Coaching email number 13, camps and showcases. By now, you've probably considered a camp or two, and you've also discovered how expensive they can be. Therefore, it is important to choose wisely. There are some guidelines for camps and showcases in the Recruit Me 3.0 system, but the number one thing you must consider as you make a decision is whether a camp or a showcase will get you closer to receiving a scholarship. Consider, especially whether a coach or coaches will be there from one or more schools that you are interested in. You want to be able to show your abilities to these people. A camp can help you see firsthand how your abilities stack up against other athletes looking for scholarships. Sometimes it takes this reality check to get a clear picture. Camps can also be a learning experience, a good instructional event. If you're early in your high school years, freshman or sophomore, then you have time to invest for that purpose. But by your junior year, the purpose of a camp should be to get recruited. Gather as much information as you can about camps you are interested in. Don't be afraid to call or email a coach and ask about the details of the camp. Camps are good income sources for the program, and this is one time when they should answer you promptly. They will want you there. Ask which coaches will be there from other schools, if any at all. Ask if it is an instructional or a recruiting camp. Ask about the daily schedule. Ask about how many athletes will be there. Ask why it would be helpful for you to be there. This is a starter list of questions that will help you make your decision on camps. As far as showcases are concerned, ask which colleges and universities will be represented. Ask if there are any stats on how many athletes from the showcase have received scholarships in the past. Ask how the showcase will be ran. What kind of skills will you be doing? Both of my boys used a showcase or a camp to solidify the level of play, get identified by a coach, and eventually get to a school. Coaching email number 14 for the Recruit Me 3.0 Athletic Scholarship System. Have you registered yet with the NCAA Initial Eligibility Clearinghouse? If you're in your senior year of high school, this is the time to register or finalize the NCAA Clearinghouse. The Clearinghouse evaluates your academic record to determine if you're eligible to compete as a college freshman athlete. You must complete the Student Release Form, SRF, online and submit the registration fee. By completing the form, it authorizes all high schools you have attended to submit your transcript, test scores, and other academic information to the Clearinghouse. It also authorizes colleges and universities to receive your academic information from the Clearinghouse when they request it. The bottom line is if you want to compete in college at the NCAA school, you have to register with the NCAA Clearinghouse, also called the NCAA Eligibility Center. The NAIA level has an eligibility center too. On either one, you can start this step around your sophomore year by setting up a free profile, and you must have a number in the system to take an official visit or sign a national letter of intent. Go to ncaa.org or playnaia.org. If you are far enough along in the recruiting process, then you've had the opportunity to interview coaches. It's a two-way street. They're shopping for athletes, and you're shopping for a school and a program. So how do you interview them? There's a detailed section in the Recruit Me 3.0 manual, but let me touch on some high points. There are a few questions you can ask coaches on the phone or during a personal visit. Describe your coaching style. All coaches have a different coaching style and use different techniques for motivation and discipline. It is to your benefit to ask this question to determine whether your learning style and the coach's style will be a good fit. Describe the walk-on process and the scholarship program. You will learn how the coach handles his or her walk-ons. Each coach and institution treats walk-ons differently. Also, the scholarship programs will vary to some degree. What demands does a sport require physically, and what time is required? It is important to know the physical demands that will be placed on you during your tenure as an athlete. Also, you need to know how much time is spent with this sport so you can manage your study time wisely. What is your view on academics? Many coaches have different thoughts regarding athletics. It is important to know what the coach's philosophy is on academics and see if they complement yours. These are just a few of the questions you should ask coaches as you gather information about them, their school, and their program. Get your own Recruit Me 3.0 system at recruit-me.com for only $39. The Recruit Me 3.0 system only works if you get it and do the work. Follow all the steps no matter where you are in your process. These follow-ups highlight you to first of all, get started. Stay focused and get help. Build your college school list. Write your personalized introductory email. Put together your player profile. Customize your recruiting questionnaire, and don't forget to have a list of questions to ask a college coach. Also, creating videos, collecting stats and metrics, and putting updates together to send to coaches. You must also have a way to keep track of all your communications back and forth between all the coaches you are contacting. All of these steps build you up to making the right fit choice on both the right sports program and the right academic program. Thank you for listening to the Athletic Scholarship Podcast. Join me next week for another episode that will change your athletic scholarship future.